Very good morning, dear students. Myself, Professor Satish Hande, from the Department of Mathematics, KLS VDIT, Halia. So, in the previous topic, we have discussed about Introduction to Complex Line Integral. In today's session, we are going to deal with the integral theorems in complex integration. That is nothing but Cauchy's theorem and Cauchy's integral formula. So, let's begin with today's chapter. Now, what is Cauchy's theorem? The statement says that if f of z is analytic at all points inside and on a simple closed curve C, then integral over C f of z into dz equals to 0. Now here simple closed curve means here the starting and the end points of the curve are same. In that case the curve is called as a simple closed curve, and you know that f of z is analytic if it is differentiable at all point and inside and on the neighborhood of that particular given point. Now let's see what will happen with this integral of f of z into dz equals to 0. Here we are going to use the previously you have studied the concept of line integral. The concept of line integral we are going to use over here. Now as you know, let f of z is equals to u plus iv. Now the contour integral over C, that is f of z dz, can be written as integral over C u plus iv, because f of z is u plus iv, and dz will be equals to dx plus I into dy. Now you can separate the real and imaginary parts and you'll get the integral as it is integral over C u dx minus v dy plus I into integral over C v dx plus u dy. By Green's theorem, as you know that we have studied in vector integration the Green's theorem. By Green's theorem, if m and n, capital M and capital N, are any two real valued functions of x comma y having the continuous first order partial derivatives in a region bounded by the curve C, then integral, the theorem states that integral over C m dx plus n dy is equals to double integral over the region R dou n by dou x minus dou m by dou y into dx dy. Now as if you compare this integral, that is with integral of f of z dz in this case, then if you compare that will be equals to here capital M will be equals to, you can see that it is u dx minus v dy, and capital N is equals to v dx plus u dy. Now according to that, integral over C f of z dz will be equals to integral over R minus dou v by dou x minus dou u by dou y into dx dy plus I into double integral over R region R dou u by dou x minus dou v by dou y. Now by using Cauchy's theorem, that is CR equations, here I can say that Cauchy-Riemann equation, we can replace here, that is I can replace this dou minus dou v by dou x by dou u by dou y, and here dou u by dou x, I can here in the second integral we can replace dou u by dou x by dou u by dou y, since f of z is analytic. Now if you replace that, then you will get double integral over the region R dou u by dou x minus dou u by dou y minus dou u by dou y dx dy, which get cancel, and plus I into double integral over R dou v by dou y minus dou v by dou y, which get cancelled into dx dy, which is nothing but equals to 0. Therefore integral of f of z dz is equals to 0. This is what Cauchy's theorem. Now next is Cauchy's integral formula. Now what is the Cauchy's integral formula? The statement says that if f of z is analytic within and on a simple closed curve C, and if small a is any point within C, then f of a is equals to, you can see that f of a is equals to here 1 by 2 pi I integral over C f of z upon z minus a into dz. Now here in the diagram you can see that a is the point within C1, within the curve C1. Now here a is a point within this curve C1 or curve C1. Now this we shall enclose it by a circle C with z is equals to a as the center and r as the radius in the region. Okay, then C1 lies completely or entirely within C. Now you can see that the function f of z upon z minus a is analytic inside and on this annular region. Annular region is nothing but the region bounded between the two curves is called as an annular region. Now the region bounded between the C and C1. Now by the consequences of Cauchy's theorem, the integral over C f of z upon z minus a into dz is same as integral over integral over C1 f of z upon z minus a into dz. Now as you know, the equation of the circle C1 is mod of z minus a is equals to r, or z minus a is equals to r into e raised to I theta, or z is equals to a plus r into e raised to I theta. That means dz will be equals to I r e raised to I theta d theta, and theta lies between 0 to 2 pi. Therefore integral f of z, integral over c f of z upon z minus a into dz will be replaced by integration from theta is equals to 0 to 2 pi f of a plus r into e raised to I theta upon r into e raised to I theta I into r into e raised to I theta d theta. Now here you can see that r e raised to I theta, r e raised to I theta get cancelled. I is a constant, you can take it outside. So theta varies from 0 to 2 pi f of a plus r into e raised to I theta. Now as r tends to 0, we get when as r tends to 0, that is radius, the circle C1 tends to what, the point A. In that case f of a plus r into e raised to I theta, this quantity tends to what, f of a. Now if I take that integral over c f of z upon z minus a into dz, which is I into integration from theta is equals to 0 to 2 pi f of a d theta. Now f of a is constant, so I into f of a is taken outside. Integration of d theta is theta 0 to 2 pi, so it is 2 pi I f of a. So that is f of a will be equals to 1 by 2 pi I integral over c f of z upon z minus a into dz. Now there is this is what you obtain, it is Cauchy's integral formula. There is one more formula which is known as Cauchy's generalized integral formula, or generalized Cauchy's integral formula. The statement says that if f of z is analytic inside and on a simple closed curve C, if a is any point within C, then fn of a equals to 1 of n factorial upon 2 pi I integral over C f of z upon z minus a raised to n plus 1 into dz. Now by the here fn of a stands for the nth derivative of f of a. Now by Cauchy's integral formula, as we know that f of a is given by 1 by 2 pi I integral over c f of z upon z minus a into dz. Now applying Leibniz theorem of integration or differentiation under integral sign. In this case, if you differentiate this f of a, then f dash of a, it will be 1 upon 2 pi I integral over c f of z is constant, then dou by dou a of 1 by z minus a into dz, which is nothing but 1 by 2 pi I integral f of z, differentiation of 1 by z minus a with respect to a, it is minus 1 into z minus a raised to minus 2 into minus 1. Now which is nothing but f dash of a is equals to 1 factorial upon 2 pi I integral over c f of z upon z minus a the whole square. Differentiating again, you will get f double dash of a, it is 2 factorial upon 2 pi I into integral from integral over c f of z upon z minus a the cube into dz, and so on. If you differentiate n times, we will get fn of a is equals to n factorial upon 2 pi I into integral over c f of z upon z minus a raised to n into dz. Now at the end of this session, the students will understand what do I mean by Cauchy's theorem, what is Cauchy's integral formula, and how to derive these formulas, and how to obtain the generalized Cauchy's integral formula by using Leibniz rule of differentiation under integral sign. Now as an application part, Some simple general relationship between surface areas of solid and their projections presented by Cauchy's have been applied to plants in the estimation of area of plant's part, such as needles and branches with uh, the planimeters, where a part are placed on a plane for measurement. Surface areas can be obtained from the mean plane areas, where the average are taken for rotation about the long axis of the parts. So these are some applications, and as additional reference I will be giving some link to the YouTube channels. So I request each and every one of you to go through these channels to have a clear picture or the more idea about the Cauchy's theorem and Cauchy's integral formula. With this I complete today's session. Thank you.